Ladies and gentlemen, a shed update. You'll have to excuse me. The allergies have been making the throat raw, so if you see me drink coffee, that is the reason, because it is about to take its toll on me. So, I want to show you a kit that I have, and technically I don't have at the same time. And that is a 1966 first run Enterprise model by AMT. Now, I actually have this kit, but I have quite a few of them, as they're assembled or in parts where you could make a kit out of it, but I don't have one in the box. Now, my dad had a bunch of these, and he built the first release ones, but like most everybody, they cut the box top off and just kept that. And I have the box top to the Enterprise, the original D7, the Leif Erikson, but I don't have one in the box. And if you've never seen the first issue, one thing is 1966 Desilu Productions, which is on the box, which on any other if they reissued this with this artwork, you'll never you won't see that on there. I never knew who did the box art. It's one thing I never, and there's probably some information out there that shows the history of the Enterprise kits all the way through line. I basically start at the second run and have most of all the production samples of from second run on, except for one of these, and I'm either confusing it with Mr. Spock or the refit up there. And this either came out in an Aurora label, so the AMT, or on the Japanese one, which I think it said Bandai. I can't remember. It's one of those I don't have box wise in the art. But anyway, box is a little it's in pretty good shape for its age. And one thing about a first run, and I'll show you. Oh, that's the important part. One thing about the a first run kit is it came with a light kit, grain of wheat bulb, and the battery post, which that's something I have a couple of these, and it's one of those I didn't want to light models back then. When you was a kid, you wanted to put it together, that was high tech and all that. You just didn't want to do it. But anyway, I probably have these somewhere stashed in a kit, but finding one of these in a first issue kit is, I classified in the rare category. So that was in there, and also you can tell by the instructions, shows the lighting, which the other ones that's took off. I almost need to wear gloves, how old this is. You can see the battery compartment, and that part's missing from the newer releases at the time. But one thing about this kit that I always go through everything when I get kits in, and so I got documentation. And this brought back a lot of memories for me, because if whoever goes through my kits, you'll see this in a lot of my models. You'll see drawings. So this person was going to make the constellation. Even got notes, and there's even kits back here that he wrote down the list of ships, named from the show: the Defiant, Constellation, the Potemkin, the Hood. And there should be a kit in here somewhere that my dad wrote the names of the ships down with the registry numbers. I wrote the ships' names with the registries, and I also have the constellation drawn out in some of these kits. And that's just something that brought back a lot of memories from doing. You know, even showing diagrams of it, which I thought, I'm impressed. That was cool, and something you just don't see, or a lot of people talk about. You know, written notes in model kits. You know, like you'll see. Sometimes you'll get a kit in that'll have like a paint list that they went to. We'll say Walmart hobby store to get the paints to paint the kit. You know, stuff like that. But that is that's just something you just don't see every day. A first issue Enterprise kit, and I have most of the first runs of all the kits, and I technically have it, but I don't have one in the box. And it never really changed, because after the first run they got rid of the wheat bulbs, and the second run is in the long box, but they changed the graphic and used that. So you got the long box with this graphic, and then after the long boxes quit, then they went into the I want to call it the 70s squares. You know, this was like, I guess, common back then in the 70s. But anyway, and it's been a long time. I can't remember exactly when they went from the nacelles were solid, and then later on they made them clear. But anyway, that is something you just don't see, and it's just a very unique find for the, especially getting the light kit in it. You know, it's just little things like that makes modeling detective. You know, just fun finding little things like that. So anyway, we're got to find a special place for a first run, so don't get crushed or anything of that, of the Enterprise. And a quick update, ladies and gentlemen, because I need the cold front to come here and kill all the pathogens, because it is just about to kill me. And so I want to add a piece of literature, but first, one thing, I have 5 animated shows that I deemed are almost masterpieces, and they're all equal. And one of them is Robotech. Now, if you don't know, Macross was 3 different shows, but Robotech, the American version, they cut it up and made it into a complete saga, which to me is just I believe just a masterpiece of a show. It just held my interest all the way through the end, and toys, models, you name it. It was just just a great time. But anyway, I got a hobby handbook #1, which we will have to add that to the art, since it is #1, and it's in Japanese, so you have to read it from the opposite way of us Americans. But one thing it showed in here, most of the model kits that you can get, which I have most of these. What's that? Literature. Again, I don't speak Japanese, so I have no idea what these are, but we'll keep them in. But that's the SDF-1. And I have most of these kits. There's a couple in here that I like, the one with the AWACS dome on it. I don't have that one. But anyway, one thing in particular that caught my interest here was first page, wasn't it? That, like the precursor of the SDF-1. If they made a model kit of that, I do not know that they did, and I want one. I think that is that is just slick, and I wish I would have known about that many years ago. I'd try to go hunt that down. I don't even know what it's called, or God only knows how much it costs if they made one. Trying to get one of those, which I have never seen. And if I, and I'm not necessarily some kits get past me, but that's one of them that I did not know existed. But anyway, the hobby handbook #1. We're going to add that to the art. Now I need to make me like a little library section here. All my books are like my book nooks. Literature's stuffed in sections. Like this will be in the Robotech section down there. You know, stuff hidden. So anyone who ever does archaeology in this place, they'll be digging for months of stuff that I have hidden away inside the art. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. Adding a classic antiquity. Oh, and I will say this. I call the this kit, and I know a lot of people may chime in on the, you know, I think it's one of the greatest kits ever made. I will include the refit for the same reason. Is this kit is simplicity on building it. I mean, just changing the name on the decal sheet. You can make any, you know, any ship you want. You can make the scouts or destroyers with a single nacelle. You can make a tug. Just a versatile kit, but I know some people will bang on the keyboard and it's not accurate, you know, but I believe it's one of the greatest kits produced basically ever, I think, just for the sheer fun of the kit. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. Adding the first run Enterprise and adding some Robotech literature. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.